Anyone who understands the idea of the accumulative effect can really understand the value of our pro baseball development camp. The cumulative effect of something is doing it in a process where you're doing it one day and the next day, and then maybe a day off, and the next day. It's also a blend of the power of spaced repetition, right? Let's face it. Today, high school baseball is very competitive. Junior high baseball is very competitive. Pulling league baseball is competitive. 12-year-old baseball, it's very competitive. Who's going to play shortstop? Who's going to bat fourth? And the players who are rising to the top at every level are the players who work and train. And not just train with just casualness and just go about it flimsily, but train with intensity. At Pro Baseball Development Camp, that's what our players do. They train with intensity. Everyone's required to have batting gloves because there's so many swings we take. And the coaches are great in that regards because, we're not just doing a bunch of drills just to do drills and get a quantity in. We want the players to understand to do the action and the baseball movements with preciseness and precision and with intensity, and to repeat and repeat, because it's really the clustering good performances over and over again that helps you train the brain to do it again and again and again and have a better performance on the field. Decades ago, I had workouts and pro camps in Florida, and I was blessed to learn the style that is not Northern American. And I thought I had things down, but the instructors told me, Dave, this is how we're doing it now. And it was completely opposite of what I had grown up with in the 70s and the 80s. And this style of infield play, Latin American style, it really helps players in Western Pennsylvania because let's face it, our fields are not the smoothest fields. Sometimes you play a doubleheader, it's not even in drag between games, and you got crevices and divots, and it's rough. So this infield play really favors and helps players to not overcommit to balls. It's a smoother style, and it helps you to get momentum behind your catch and then into your throw, because in infield, the catch is only one part of the play. The other part of the play is to finish off with a throw. And the Latin American style really helps players to execute Pro Baseball Development Camp. We also work with the outfielders and help them to have better arm actions for do-or-die situations. We help them to increase their arm strength by doing long toss drills and properly doing long toss drills with good arm movement mechanics, and using the whole body to throw with and not just chucking it with all of your arm. And we stay on the players to make sure they do it properly, because we understand every time you do something, the brain registers that's how we're going to do it. So we don't want to waste any time, mistrain the brain, doing it the wrong way, do it the right way. Along with outfield and do-or-die situations, we practice running J routes and help the players understand balls hit over your head, what's the best route to take. And J routes are not natural. You have to be trained to do that. We work on those kind of things. We design our plyometric exercises that are bent towards the baseball player, not the football player and not the basketball player. We're doing specific movements with our plyometrics that's going to help the baseball player, laterally, side to side, ground balls. We're doing plyometrics with our gloves on. We're copying baseball actions that a player actually does in the field, but putting it into a plyometric, a contracting, expanding, contract, expand form of exercise that's going to help them and translate that better to their games. Our instructors look how the player's wired, watch and observe how they want to move. Sometimes the pitcher has a short arm motion. Sometimes they have a long arm circle. We want to be careful not to move somebody in a direction that they're not really bent to move in, and they don't have that kind of athletic DNA to throw like a Tim Lincecum, because their body's not built like Tim Lincecum. So you look how the player's wired, and you build the pitching system off of that. We show the pitchers how to use their whole body efficiently. They know how to learn how to light rotate. They know how to have good arm action and arm circles. And they know how to locate fastballs inside and outside. They learn how to, control their curveballs and repeat their delivery to have more success on the field. Hitting, what can I say more? I was blessed. The Lord blessed me to learn about the system of hitting. We call now the language of hitting. And the language of hitting, much like pitching, it has to deal a lot with the athletic DNA of that player. There are 7 forms of timing, and timing is a big component to hitting. And we evaluate the hitter, see what model they are plugged into these 7 models, and we follow the rules to that model, and we help the player understand his design for hitting. Not how I hit or how the next guy hits, but how he is wired to hit, and it works great. The timing helps improve the vision, and the vision helps to improve mechanics. And when they need a little bit more help with mechanics, our system of teaching to the right brain hemisphere really plugs into the hitters. The hitters get it fast, and it's simple. They don't have to overthink, where's my elbow, where's my shoulder, where's my toe? Oh, by the way, watch the ball. That's too confusing. Our system trains the right brain hemisphere, and they get it, and it works great. Anybody who has a desire to play baseball and want to play it well and make an impact for next season, 2013, and do well at the tryout camps, because it is a cumulative effect. And the training starts now. Don't be fooled. We're going to wake up and then boom, you're just going to have it. Even the best players need to practice, need to harness, and need to exercise their movements under watchful, trained eye, and they'll benefit. Overall, pro baseball development, it's our best camp. The players love it.